Early voting provides the flexibility and some degree of convenience. And less of a convenience because you still have to go there, but it is the fact of life that all of our constituents, have busy schedules. They cannot control that to a specific day. They have to be, in meetings even within the town, perhaps. And sometimes people just forget because it's one day. Doesn't mean that really they don't mean to vote. So I think having more than one day is important and adds great flexibility. And I really appreciate that we are contemplating through this amendment to the Constitution the possibility of doing that. Now, it has been raised by many of my colleagues that the real issue which we are running into here is why didn't we add some more structure around two things in this question we are asking, which is the term and the process. What would be the term, as in how many days we would be able to vote earlier, and what would be the process, where would you vote and when it would be counted. And those are very important. And I also understand the proponents' suggestion or statement earlier, which we heard, that this had to be identical to the last question asked. Although I do believe that perhaps if we had asked a new question which was agreed by all in this legislature, it would be so beautiful or very great that we could be convinced that it would pass the other threshold or the higher threshold. But nevertheless, while I would have liked much that we had more those two questions attached here, I still believe that in the present form, asking this question of our citizens is the right thing to do. I do believe that we need to get to the task of discussing that term and process, and I hope and wish that when we do that, there is enough bipartisanship at work, which we see all the time, that those are discussed and decided in a way which provide the safeguards and provide a reasonable term and which is acceptable to all. So I thank you for the opportunity to speak on this bill. I do believe that it would have been much easier to say that this is the greatest thing we're doing if we had those extra things, but nevertheless, sometimes life isn't perfect and world isn't perfect. So I do intend to vote in favor to give our constituents and our citizens an opportunity to vote in this, to put this on the ballot and vote on it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, sir.